Hey, P2, do you want to hear some trivia?
Oh, mate, I love a good game of trivia.
Guess what happens when a chook and two pelicans get together?
What's that, mate?
A clucking good time. That's right, you pelicans. The wobbly chook has jumped on board, keeping the bird presence strong. Whether you like a pale ale, brown ale, IPA, or a lager, the wobbly chook has you catered. Crafted from Yamba's finest chooks.
Better still, Mick, how do we get some wobbly chook?
That's easy, P2. Jump online at www.wobblychookbrewingco.com or pop into 26 Cole Street in the heart of Yamba.
And have a clucking good time.
Cluck out.
Cuckoo! Always remember, don't be a mud gudgeon and drink responsibly.
Welcome back to another episode of the Two Pelicans Podcast. So you could have just missed that.
G'day, you Pelicans.
Here he was. He was sort of hung up on his door.
Go and have a good time there a bit later on.
Pelicans landing in 3, 2, 1.
All right. Welcome back to the Two Pelicans. I'm Mick.
I'm Bo.
And we are the Two Pelicans, here once again making fishing great again. One cast, one throw, one story, one wobbly chook at a time. And talking about it, better get one of these out. Beer?
Beer, certainly. Clucking good time here at the podcast.
Ugh. Geez, these little plastic things are testing my hands there. Obviously, I need to work on my wrist speed a bit better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good?
Yeah, no, that was good.
All right.
How's the week been, man?
Mate, yeah, what an interesting week it's been. Weather's been shit again, so that was great.
Like
That's definitely a highlight for me. Yeah, other than that, went for a bit of a fish on the weekend, tried to slay a jewfish. One ended up slaying me, but that was really about it. So, oh, look, got a few bream here and there and one or two good ones, but and flathead and probably lost a rock cod in the mix of that as well. So, but no, I went and done that and, yeah, basically prepping to go away this weekend, the long weekend. We're going to go and have some time up on the Timbarra River in the middle of fucking nowhere. So,
Nice.
Should be good.
Yeah, very good.
What do you get? Well, I know what you've been up to, but tell us about your week.
Yeah, so I had the QFFT State of Origin round down here on the Clarence River. Awesome weekend. I didn't quite get the results I wanted, but look, me and Phil still had a great day on the river.
That's what it's all about.
No, that's it, man.
Let's have a bit of fun.
Yeah. Saturday we only got two fish. I feel like the weekend really was tide dependent.
Yeah.
Other weekends it doesn't really matter what you do. But this weekend it was really tide dependent, and if you weren't getting that bit of flow, that bit of movement, the run, whatever you want to call it, it was hard. But Saturday found two fish. We had we found okay ones. So we had two fish for 2.3 kilos, which is pretty handy. Would have been nice to have another two to that. Couple of boys found some good ones. Adrian got a 2 kilo, just over 2 kilo fish on Saturday. So that was good. And then on the Sunday, so for Saturday we went downriver, pretty much did a huge big loop, went down to the reef, did a lap around South Arm, came back through, shot back up to the ski lodge, and then on the Sunday I was like, nah, I'm going upriver. And that I thought going up, if I shot upriver, I wouldn't be pestered by any other boats, and that was one of the things that sort of hurt us on Saturday. The main drain I wanted to go to, got there first, was laughing, perfect. But then there was a man there fishing already, and so I just left him at his devices. We stayed out from where he was working and like just casted into the drain, but we'll still probably his cast distance that he was casting out to the drain was where our lures were just landing and we're working back. So we were hoping that there might have been a few fish on the outside there. And after we watched him catch 6 in 10 minutes, we realised he's where the fish are. And
now, was he luring or baiting?
A little bit of both. He had a bait out and a lure working at the same time. So yeah, if he wasn't whacking them on a beetle spin, the worm was getting slammed. So
Yeah, righto.
and that. So,
Yeah. So no, I just on that, I did reach out to Swano. First of all, just to make sure that he was safe and okay. But the second thing was, just find out how they went, and them guys took it out by all cords, and so they walked away with a bit of cash and some good memories. Apparently, Sunday at the reef really turned on.
Yeah,
and they sort of just, I think they even said they left them biting. So
pretty much they.
I'm thinking I'm going to go there tomorrow at some stage and see if I can time the tide right and have a crack myself. I think.
Yeah, well, we were there Saturday and it was barren. And when we got there, there was one other boat there that was Glenn and Simon from Great Outdoor Experience. Congratulations to those boys as well. They held the flag up nice and high for Queensland over the weekend. So well done to them.
Now, let's just get into this. You told me there's a bit of controversy here because when I looked, I sort of seen a post saying, "Oh, Queensland's won," and I was like, "Oh, that's a bit weird." And then I sort of started thinking about, hang on, there was a few guys that placed pretty well in the New South Wales side. Do you want to fill the listeners in on what's happened there?
Yeah. So from my knowledge, what's accidentally happened is there was a Queensland team that had Atomic in their name, and there was a New South Wales team that had Atomic in their name. Shout outs to both teams. They did really well on the weekend. But what had happened is when the computer went to register all the scores, the computer has actually put both teams down, both the Atomics teams down together as Queensland teams. So it gave Queensland, I'm assuming it gave Queensland an extra.
Them Queenslanders always try and do something to bloody win, aren't they? Hey?
Anyway,
just like Cameron Smith.
Anyway, that was all sorted out, and nail-biting New South Wales got the win, just tipped Queensland. But look, the Queensland boys and girls, and I highlight the word there, girl, smashed it on the weekend.
Yeah, right. So these guys are getting pretty good at river fishing is what you're trying to tell me.
Yeah, so pretty much for the next river round at Corokai, New South Wales guys, we've got to bring it. We really got to bring it. And I'm saying that to myself, really. I can't believe, 2 more fish from me and Phil on Saturday. We ended up 13th. I'm not saying we would have taken it out because we wouldn't have, because shout out to JT, Jacob Thorley from the Truckers Podcast. On Sunday, I shouldn't really be calling him the Truckers Podcast after the weekend. He did well.
Yeah.
He took out second place for session 2 and also took out Big Bass, cracking that 2.16, I think it was. I've probably got it wrong. I'm sorry, man. It was a great fish.
Yeah.
It was a football. And great to see the river produce 2 kilo fish. Yeah. And there was still a lot of great 1.6s and all that popping up as well.
That's right. And look, credit where credit's due. We have a little bit of a joke about this, about the other podcast, but at the end of the day, full respect for you dropping a 2 kilo fish on the weighbridge. So good on you, mate.
Yeah, well done. And look, shout out to Paul and Sue. Another fantastic comp. Another great night, full of laughs and few bevies. Cheesecake was awesome as well. I actually snuck a piece in. I ended up having to go back to work and all that Saturday night, so I missed out. But I got a little piece on Sunday, which was nice.
Yeah. Now, I guess with that too. So, how did you find the conditions on the weekend? Like, it was a bit yuck still. Saturday morning might have been, I thought, a little bit better weather-wise, but back up river on a southerly, you probably wouldn't have felt it too much of a sou'easter.
I wish.
Pretty bad, to start off with.
Fucked up.
Oh, right, okay. was sort of nice down at Yamba on the Saturday for about all of 2 hours, and then it just went shit.
Saturday was good. Like no, it wasn't. Saturday was like a yo-yo. You had the jacket on, you had the jacket off.
Yep.
Like it was constant. Shout out to Morgo with the buck and bass suit. That's been a godsend since ABT here on the Clarence. So that was money well spent. Been nice and dry in that.
Yeah.
Making fishing a little bit more pleasurable when you've got torrential rain coming down on you.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Sunday morning was unreal. I haven't driven a boat in weather like that before. Going up past Rogan's and up into Eatonsville and that. So my plan was Sunday, get away from everyone. I'm heading up. I threw the dice, headed up to the Aurora River, and then went, holy shit, Coss Harbour and that must have got some rain. I shot back out, and literally, if anyone knows the little island above Eatonsville there,
yep.
I thought, oh well, I'll start in there.
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds. That's how fast it was flowing through there. So that went for a miss. So then we sat at the back of the island. We threw some little Crush City suspects with a 1/12 jig head right under the undercut. We saw that there was a heap of bait fish.
Yeah, okay.
Skipping in there.
Yep.
And as soon as we saw those bait fish sitting in there, we'd throw the suspect in and literally just. And
that was it.
Yeah. No. As soon as we worked that out, it was literally 10 minutes and we had a bag.
Yeah, nice.
And that, and then we worked our way down. I ended up getting a bit later, and so I started working a hide up 150.
Yep.
And I ended up realizing we probably should have went up there for the brim comp in ABT.
Yeah. So you caught what was it?
I got a 38, a 41, and a 42 centimeter brim.
Yeah. So. Actually, it was funny because I was talking to Swano yesterday, and he said, "Oh yeah, I heard someone got him." I said, "Oh, I think Bo definitely got some good brim." And he's like, "Oh righto, it must have been him then." I said, "Yeah," and so the brimmer upriver.
Yeah, brimmer upriver, and
were they in good condition?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They like to hold them, like you're holding them like that.
And I guess the other thing is. You spoke about bait getting around. Did you see a lot of other bait throughout the river over the weekend?
Saw a few prawns downriver.
Yeah, okay.
But that was about it.
Mm-hmm.
I went into a drain there in Cars there, and there was a eeltail catfish bobbing up for air, and I was like, oh, that's not a good sign.
Yeah. And
went up into the back of the drain up there, and it was just a heap of matted grass and that, and literally it was one of the United States bass eats, like frog flipping up in there. And literally land on lily pad, and he smacked it off the lily pad and that. But anyway, missed him. Back to the catfish, we came over, had a look at him, and underneath was this giant of an eel.
Just ready to eat it.
Yeah, and he literally just grabbed it by the tail, went down. And
wow.
It was pretty cool to see, actually. Yeah, but yeah, there's some river monsters in this river.
Yeah. It's funny. I was speaking to the old man there today actually, and he went for a fish downriver, and he got some really nice brim as well. And the long story short, he also caught an eel that was probably well over a metre long, like 1 point something metres. He said it was just a horse of a thing. So there must be a few of them bastards getting around at the moment, having a bit of a chew on stuff.
A few big catfish as well. I last stopped just around from the ski lodge there. There's that huge big stick around.
Yep.
Everyone sort of knows it. Chucked in there and whack. I got a bloody 55 centimetre bloody caddy on the hide up. I was like, and the way it hit to at the start, it just like
got you excited.
This is what we need. And soon as I hear a bit of drag come off me bloody C2, because that drag set night, like I've got that set pretty sweet. So when drag gets pulled off that, I'm like, it's a good fish. And bloody catfish. But I also saw local legend Hainsey. He was out fishing over on the weekend, and they got a stonker.
Yeah, okay.
Of a caddy. Like this thing probably would have been close to 80 centimeters, I reckon. Like it was Yeah.
I think you can sell them to the Chinese shops.
Huh. I reckon they'd take it.
Yeah.
Be better than the old bin chicken.
Hey, righto. So, I guess we're actually recording this on a Tuesday. We're sort of getting a bit more organised to go away for a long weekend. What are your plans for a long weekend, mate? You got anything on, or are you working? Or?
Good Friday is family day, so
Yep.
it's one of the 2 days that our pub business closes. Good Friday and Christmas Day. So shout out to Charlie. Thanks for that, mate. So Good Friday's going to be with the family. I'll probably take the kids fishing somewhere. They're tonguing the bits to get out at the moment. I've got the young fella at home at the moment. He's probably down at Girl Guides there.
Yep.
Cracking some bream. He's been telling me all week how many bream he's been catching down there.
Yeah, right.
So
good on him.
Yeah, and using catfish as bait.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
they've got to be good for something, haven't they?
I was like, mate, you're doing your bit there for us. So good work there. Keep that up, Tay-Man. And got to work Saturday, down there at Corindi. So got a couple of weeks down at Corindi down there. So anyone want a good feed? Come see me at the Corindi pub.
There you go.
And on Sunday, get to see if we can catch the Easter bunny. Favourite time of the year.
Easter bunny, eh?
The old Easter bunny trap.
Chocolate.
Friday afternoon we'll probably be contemplating, because I'll be working Saturday, so we'll probably start setting up a trap Friday afternoon for the old Easter bunny. So we got close last year. The old toilet window slammed. We got a little bit of bum fluff.
So righto, very good.
I don't know. We might get a foot this
more.
year.
Yeah.
Lucky rabbit foot.
Yeah. Look, I've got if you want a lend of a Jack Russell, it's really good at getting hairs. Very, very good. But look, we're going to go out to private property on the Timbara River. Never been there before. We'll take a couple of lures, see what happens. Really just going out there with a whole group of mates. But I finally bit the bullet today, and much to my dismay, I ended up having to go buy one of them portable camping toilets. Now, I know about some of our viewers and some of our listeners, and I know some of them will be female listeners, but my wife and I have always learnt to shovel a hole in the ground and go that way. But now I've ended up having to cave into my 11-year-old daughter. So, so anyhow, I did that today. I'm looking at all these things and flush and rinse and all this shit, and I'm like, oh man, this is going to be fun. So, and then I've got to find a dump point to dispose of it properly. But anyhow, look, other than that, going with a whole group of mates, we had a fat time last year. Went out to private property on the Man last year, but we couldn't go there this year because of the floods. It's actually wrecked the road going into where we'd go. So last minute decision was made by the crew to go out onto this other property. It's a little bit further of a drive, but not that much further really when you think about it. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully we find a fish or two. If not, I'm sure there'll be heaps of wobbly chooks being smashed and a few tall stories around the fire.
Yeah, well, on saying that like the track down to the Man where you stay got a bit damaged and that, I was quite surprised about the erosion damage that was sort of going on up river, really. There's a lot of banks now that are caved in or sunken in and changed the landscape up there quite a bit. So
and it's sort of it is to be expected. And look, some people might get into this whole global warming or whatever. I don't care about that.
No, neither.
But what I would say to people is that historically things have been mapped since the early 1800s. And if you jump on and have a look at some of them old maps, you'll actually see in most places, especially out west, that the rivers have deviated and changed quite a bit. There's some places out west, like the Mehe River and things like that. In some places there, it's shifted like nearly 300 metres.
Yeah.
Without, and that's just the way it is. And look around here, obviously, a lot of man-made structures in the way of rock walls and things like that doing that protection. But obviously, as you go further up the river, it's a lot harder to maintain that.
So you would not get machinery in some of these places.
That's right. That's
whatsoever.
right. And the depth of water and the depth of walls that you would have to make to try and prevent some of that stuff from happening. So, you just got to let nature take its course, really.
The most thing that I was excited about seeing it, and don't get me wrong, I wasn't trying to be a Debbie Downer and about it. When this happens, this excites me because new shit gets pushed in. I'm just waiting for that water to clean up and to be able to actually visually see certain things, because sound as a live scope is good, but when you can you've actually got a visual picture and a mental picture of what you're actually casting at us to, that
it helps.
Yeah, that helps with the new technology that's out there.
Yeah.
Well, with my fishing, it does anyway.
Righto, and look, while we're on the topic of local stuff, we've decided to go fish the local bream comp, and we sort of had a challenge from will I get this right? I don't know how to say their name. The Last Row podcast, is that right?
One more throw.
There we go.
One more throw. Podcast.
Last row, close.
Yep. No, so we're going to put the challenge out to the boys. They threw the challenge out for us to compete against it, do a comp against each other, friendly comp. So yeah, let's organise for the next brim round.
Righto, but there's been a team member change. Is that confirmed or denied?
No, that's pretty much confirmed. Poor Colonel won't be able to get the 2 weekends off, the 2 days off on the weekend. He'll be able to do a podcast Saturday, but then Sunday he's got a few
2 days off.
Oh, well, he's got family commitments.
So, right.
Yeah, so
it's not a 2-day comp.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so he's got some family commitments on the Sunday. Enough. So then he's sorry, there I'm just burping on a chook. He's got a nice little substitute to come in. So little local legend, brim fisho, brim king of the family, Tyson Everly. So brother against brother, podcast against podcast, mate against mate, wanker against wanker. Let's go brim fishing.
Yeah, no, I think, and I think a couple of the, I'll point out Mr. Goff, who was sort of looking for a battle royale of the podcast. So,
he definitely loves the banner between the two.
Yeah. So your dreams come true there, mate. You'll be able to get some silverline cream and a couple of tissues and get yourself sorted out there, mate.
Speaking about tissues, you didn't sign my tissue on the weekend either, so I want that for the wall. Put that on the wall.
Oh, hang on, what's this?
Oh, because I had a cry about the bloody ferry last podcast.
Oh!
Threw me a couple of tissues on Saturday.
Yeah, that's
cheeky old cobber. Good on him. Love him.
Yeah.
I love stirring the pot and getting stirred back with me. So good on you, man. I love it. There's a bit of banter. There's a few laughs out there on the Saturday morning start. Apparently I caused a bit of controversy. So it's all fun and games, guys.
Did you go to the ferry?
No, I didn't go to the ferry, but someone was on the ferry, weren't they, Mr. Goff? It was so funny.
Making the most of it,
was he? Making the most of it while he can. And good on him too. That's it. That's all. We'll leave that there. But yeah, well done, Goffy. Well done.
Look. Hey, P2.
Hey, mate, what's up?
Mate, now that I've got this boat here and I've got the electronics on the way, I'm going to need some fishing gear.
Mate, you can't look flash in that new rig without some new fancy fishing gear.
I know.
Mate, I can only recommend one thing. I would head over to the Dyer Australia website, mate, and make yourself a little bit of a wish list and then head into your local tackle store and see if those legends can get it in. Because if there's one thing I know, mate, Dyer Australia, they have it all. Whether you want a brand new rod, a nice new shiny reel, or some new line to go on it, then you're going to need some tackle, of course. They have it all. Dyer Australia is your one-stop shop, and the big supporters here, the Two Pelicans Podcast.
Yeah, this episode is going to be quite a short one today because we've just been doing a bit more planning around the next few episodes. But one thing I'd like to, or just some messaging. So the first one is it's a bit of a mud gudgeon. So I pulled into a car park there today, and this guy with there's a long bay for caravans and trucks or whatever.
Yeah.
And anyhow, this car's there, and the other caravan car's behind him waiting to go into his spot, and this guy just waited for like 5 minutes, and I just couldn't figure out why he wouldn't go. Anyhow, I'm sort of waving in the end because it's blocking up traffic. I'm like, are you going to go or are you staying? What are you doing, mate? Like, can you move up a bit more so old mate can get behind you? And anyhow, long story short, he goes off, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, okay, well, that's good. Now old mate can just drive right up to the back of the next one and park there. No, that's definitely not what he did. He drove in right up to where I thought he was going to park, and then he reversed 20 metres back and left a gaping hole that no car and trailer is probably going to get into. And I'm just thinking, well, why didn't you just push right up and then the next person come in, just sit in there? Like Easter long weekend, this is my prelude into it. So it's Easter long weekend. Don't be a mud gudgeon. Don't get in people's way. If you can't drive, stay off the road. If you can't back a boat, then go do it at a private boat ramp somewhere. Do not do it in the main boat ramp at Yamba, and things like that. Okay, be wary. Everyone's trying to get on the water. Have all your shit prepared before you get onto the water. Make sure your life jacket stuff. So this brings up another topic of mine, and I was going to follow this up with someone, but I ran out of time. So the other weekend, you heard my story. We've done the thumbnail with the Specsavers about the sign. Big shout out to Signcraft. They went and Spectrum Signs. My bad. They went out and fixed that up for me through the week, and everything's smicko now. But long story short, I get pulled up by the MSB guy again, and he's like, "Oh yeah, how you going?" I'm like,
Same fella.
He remembered me. I said, "Look, mate, it's done. What do you reckon?" "Oh yeah, no, that's really good, really good." And then he asked me the same questions he asked me 2 weeks ago.
Oh, here we go.
Have you got your life jacket? Yes. Okay. Which life jacket? Like what? You got a PFD? What do you got? And I pulled up a kayaking one, right? And he said to me, "That's a PFD too." I said, "I know. They're allowed to be in the river." And he's like, "Yeah, but it's not fit for the purpose of boating." And I'm like, right. Now, I don't know how I want to take this, but at this point in time, so I'm sort of like, right. But when I look at the rules of boating and marathon, like it's actually in there, PF2, PF1, and then PF1 for open waters, right? And he's like, "No, but this is a kayak one. It's only meant to be used for when you're kayaking." And I'm like, right, okay. I've still got this one here, and I did tell him, but I said, "Look, it's due for a service." But he knew this. But he goes, "Yeah, you need to get that service." I said, "I know, I'm working on it." But I forgot my other yellow one here, like the big,
Big
the big baggy one. Yeah. And then yeah. So the comment that I got back in return was, "But in the case of emergency, if you grab the one and it doesn't pump up, then what happens there?" And I'm sort of like, well, I've got the other two, I suppose. But
they're all going to float to the surface.
Yeah. So anyhow, I'm not saying that's a mud gudgeon. I just found it a strange conversation to have.
Well,
now,
put it this way: you're not fishing anywhere. So I could have fished where you were fishing in a kayak wearing that life jacket and be okay.
Yep.
But because you're in a boat,
this gets better. But yes, keep going.
It's not okay.
It's I don't know.
So I could be fishing I could be in your boat, old matey with his jet ski.
Yep.
Then me.
Yep.
You be in trouble for wearing
what
the same
jet skis? Jet skis. Are they PFD one?
Well, I don't know because I just look at them all as wankers.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
That's like even when he comes up to me, I'm like, I don't even want to stop. You're not even like you're in a jet ski. Like, come to me in a boat and then let's talk. Like.
This guy was in the big marathon, right?
Okay.
But so anyhow, we had our say and had a bit of a yarn, and like, yeah, it was all amicable, really.
Yeah, that's weird, but I just find that weird.
Yeah. Anyhow, half an hour later goes by, and next minute there's this kayaker kayaking down the middle wall with no life jacket on. I feel like, hey mate, I've got a PF2 here. Would you like to wear that?
Would you like that? He could have had a bum bag.
Well, he could have, but he looked like he was trying to be the next Trevor Hendy.
Okay, so he probably swum from my Luca, found a kayak, and was paddling back. What you're saying?
But I just thought, how bizarre. Now, in all fairness to the maritime fella, I think he took off upriver by then. But I'm just thinking to myself, well, hang on. Here's a prime example, right? We've got someone paddling a kayak in the main mouth of the Clarence River.
I wouldn't be doing that at any time.
I could not see. And you're right. He could have had a bum bag one or something behind him.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. But I just thought, how bizarre. We've had this argument about PF2s, and then half an hour later, this guy comes past, But anyhow, look, I might not know the rules, and and that's what I said. I was just going to go double check with someone, and then I was going to read them myself again. But I was always under the interpretation that PF2 was okay in the river.
Why is there so many different life jackets that are okay?
Well,
and
here
not
we
okay?
go.
Why isn't there just one life jacket that's like
one life jacket does everything, doesn't it?
that's suitable for.
Well, that's a
everyone,
really good point. And look, I like this other one because yes, it is a kayak one, and in wintertime, I actually prefer to wear it because it keeps me a little bit warm. But it's all the arm parts and that are right away from your shoulders and all that, so it is pretty comfortable wear. And I know, like from years ago, shout out to Richie Duncan. I'm pretty sure he and his young fella used to wear sort of like a kayak life jacket, not a standard one or a flotational one at that time.
Yeah,
so
well, I know there's a couple of Queenslanders that do wear them as well in the dams.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's different in the dams or something. I don't know. It's Queensland as well. There's probably a different bloody rule up there.
But this is the thing, right? The kayak jacket, it has everything away from your shoulders, so you when you're casting or moving around or whatever, you're not sort of constricted.
How many times do you get the butt fucking caught?
Yeah, 100%. So, but anyhow, look, I found that an interesting conversation over the weekend.
Yeah, very interesting.
But yeah, the other thing I did today, I went down to Cost, and we just said that I went and brought a shitter. Was that I was talking to Nige White there a couple of weeks ago, and he got me in some E-locks, and just sat there and had a yarn to him and Mr. Hall for about 20 minutes, talking all things about fishing and all that, and talking about the next couple of ABT events coming up. So I think it's in about 2 weeks' time. There's a the Hawkesbury River Bass, followed by the Bream Hawkesbury.
Yeah.
So you going in any of them?
Nah, I'm not doing too much. Only traveling I'm really doing this year will be the Electric Series and a couple of QFFTs and that. And I am traveling for a few ABT Bream rounds. So and that.
Yeah, righto. So we might. I think we've just been talking over the last few weeks, or for the next few weeks for future planning, that we might try and get some of them gurus down on the Hawkesbury on for a bit of a yarn, maybe like a post-mortem of the events.
Yeah.
And have that discussion. We sort of had a joke there before that, we probably might as well ring Mark Healy now. Anyhow, jokes aside. But look, we'll see what happens, and if anyone listens to this that obviously wants to be a part of this or even send in a yarn, remember you guys can always do that here at the Two Pelicans Podcast at gmail.com.
We love a good story.
Or send it in on Messenger. So even if you're taking the piss out of us, we don't really care. That's normal, and that is okay to do so.
Yeah, no, sometimes we deserve it, and most of the time I do deserve it.
It's just about saying most of the time we do deserve it. But yeah, so anyhow, it'll be interesting to see how them rivers are sort of shaping up down there. They haven't had as much rain. So hopefully it's not too chocolately by the time I get down there at least. But I think I'll be excited to see some clean water for a change. So
yeah, no, well that's the big thing, clean water at the moment. It's hard to find around here.
Yeah. So anyhow, what are you up to?
I've actually got the results for the Queensland Team Series.
Okay, they're here. Righto. Let's have it.
So also on Sunday, Craig Templar, we had him on the show the other day.
QTS. Yep.
They had their team event, so they had 21 teams battle out in the round one for the Queensland Team Series. Less than average conditions, so it sounds like we had the same weather.
Yeah.
And that,
you know what? I must have been under a rock. Like, I could have went and done that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I actually thought it was like in the same weekend as ABT Hawkesbury.
Well, the weekend that we've got the local round, we also could have went up and did
Is it BTA? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
That one up there.
So the Queensland Team Series are obviously kicking off with QTS and BTA. But anyhow, let's go back to the QTS.
They're underway. So then we've got, what do we get? We've got the guys from
Jamie.
Jamie and
Darren Russell.
Yep. 5 fish for 3.35 kilos. So
well done, guys.
Not too bad there.
Yeah, and look, Jamie's usually pretty hard to beat. Who come in second there? Was that?
Second place was Adam Barnes and Mitch Ferris. Yep. Third place was Drew Reed by himself.
Yeah. Oh, I love a solo boater, and then teams events and goes well. Good on you.
Those boys were 2.5 and just under 2.5. So yeah, pretty respectable bags for.
Yeah. Now the other thing with that is too, if you are a local listener, they got a state of origin as such with the North Coast Bream and Bass guys.
Yeah, so that's their next round coming up, and I'm pretty sure that's at Tweed Heads, and Tyson's pretty keen to go back up there. He came second there last year, so.
All right, so we'll get some tips off Tyson then.
Yeah.
When's that one on?
I'm not too sure.
That's all right. You keep playing the phones, but yeah, so that'll be good. It's like another sort of state of origin format. I think years ago, Dizzy used to run a few comps, and the Clarence Valley Sports Fishing Club done that stuff as well with the Da Vinci Code that Duffy worked out on how that was won. But shout out to you, Duffy.
So the next round will be the intra-club challenge with the guys and girls from North Coast Bream and Bass and Clarence Valley Club on a Sunday.
Oh, we're part of that.
Yeah, we're a part of that.
I don't know if I'm even part of the club, but anyhow. We'll see.
Yeah, you're a part. We'll get you sorted by next time. When is it? On Sunday, the 18th of May. Oh, sorry, I was wrong. It's not in Tweed Heads. It's on the mighty Clarence River.
Oh, well, hopefully it's going to be not so dirty and it'll be really fun.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I don't know if I can do that.
Is that the Mother's Day one? You're away for something.
No, that's the Waiara long.
Yeah.
Shit.
There you go. Righto.
Actually, just wait, because that might just be dash for cash. So I'll fish the Saturday. I'll come straight back down. I'm doing it.
You're in?
I'm doing it. Yeah,
Righto.
we're doing it. I'll be tired.
That's all right.
I'll be doing an all-nighter drive back from Waiara along Saturday night, but we'll make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so 18th of May, Mighty Clarence River, full details coming up. So, yeah, local guys, Lismore guys, let's get it.
That's actually really good to have 3 clubs involved, and look, shout out to the North Coast Bream and Bass guys who've sort of got that back up and running over the last few years, and obviously
they do a really good comp up there, and I think Daniel Clay runs another one as well. Another little social one up there, which is a banger event.
Shout out to Dan. So. Long time no see, mate. I haven't heard from you for a while. I hope Cat hasn't got your tongue and reciprocated. I probably haven't reached out, but like when we had our 20th show there, it was a very late night with Dan and a couple of people. So
and look, can fish too. And that old copper does know how to catch them. So, and that.
So I just see here you've got some lures.
Yeah, I've got a couple of little lures that I've been playing.
Now, did you throw the Baramba vibes on the weekend?
Yeah, I did. Mm-hmm. Yep,
I put my hand up. I did steal one, and I didn't get out of the box. I apologise.
Got a 32.
Nice.
Got a 32 on it. So and I think he might have still been in the bag. I think he was our smallest one in the bag on Sunday. So.
Yeah, okay. All right.
And that, did get some on that. But yeah, no, I was more using them downriver in the drains, and sort of that plan went to shit.
Yeah,
so,
yep.
It sort of got back stored, and then went up there in that real fast flow and stuff, I was like, could see him swimming around on live and that. And as soon as I threw that in, this one just came out of nowhere. So I was like, threw it around for another half an hour and got nothing. So
yeah, right. So what do you got there?
So I've got the little crank vibes from Cranker.
Can I just have a look at the one you got open there? Cheers.
Got one there open.
Thank you.
So what I'm liking about these is these are a silent little. Well, some are silent. One's got 2 little rattles in it. But with these, what I've been doing, I haven't used them on the brim yet. But what I'm thinking with the brim is I'm going to take the front hook off on these guys.
Yep.
Put maybe a little chin knocker on there from the Baramba.
Yep.
Because these guys are only weighing 4.5 grams. And
they're quite light.
They're quite light. On the flats and that, probably around oyster leases, that'd be really good. I'm not really a brim guy, so I don't really know. I'm probably talking shit out my ass. But what I was thinking with doing them up along the rock walls maybe is taking that front hook off, chin knocker, bit of extra weight on the back, some stingers, and then sort of get that nice little action. But
I actually wouldn't mind using these up at the Flathead Classic.
Yeah, okay.
So last year when we were fishing up there, we were sort of edge fishing with the imposters, and we got a couple of nice fish, but then the bite sort of went off.
Yep.
And a couple of these guys went up there, and they were definitely vibing, and their vibes are like tiny, and like this sort of profile is sort of what they were. And look, anyone that knows the Flathead Classic, if you can catch them in numbers over 40 centimetres, you're going to go a long way in that competition.
Some nice points.
Yeah, that's right. So they were blading in only about 2 or 3 foot of water, and I wouldn't mind actually taking one of them to actually just experiment once the silt pisses off on the Clarence.
Done. Take it. But yeah, no, what I've also been doing is I've been hooking them up to a beetle spin.
Yes.
So
yep,
my little bass trick, hooking these up to a beetle spin and doing the damage.
Yep.
So little trick. I don't mind dressing up a TN 60.
Yes.
They're a gun for down in some New South Wales dams like Glenbourne. They also work really well up in Somerset as well with little beetle spin on them. But yeah, with our bass and that would just been a little bit funny. I put a little beetle spin on that, and I was surprised how my bite rate went.
Okay.
And that, so yeah, hot tip.
And you just slow roll on that just through?
Yeah, just slow rolling.
Yep.
And that, chuck it into the sticks.
Yep.
But yeah, I would probably suggest maybe changing the trebles out and putting singles when you put a beetle spin on.
Yep.
Just
makes sense.
Little less tangle up on your retrieve, and then you can chuck it into a bit more gnarlier shit as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my little lure of the week, the Cranker Vibe, 40 mil, 4.5 grams. Go check them out, guys.
Bit on your steersy. Right, so what we want to probably do now, I've been thinking about this, and I'll just drop it on Bo now.
Yep. Hit me.
Is that we've got one more dollar prize pack to give away.
Yep.
And I think we're going to put a poll up over the week to figure out how we're going to give it away. And if anyone can come up with a really, really good idea, they just might get it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we might roll on to something else off that idea. So we're asking you guys, the listeners, to come up with what would be a fair and equitable giveaway of the last dollar prize pack. Has the full range of Daiwa Bait Junkie lures with jig heads, and suitable for all applications of fishing wherever you live.
Yeehaw. Sounds good.
Giddy up. All right, so I'll put that poll up, or post, or comment. We'll definitely get that done, hopefully before I piss off for the weekend. And this episode might go up a little bit earlier, just so it's done, and I'm not thinking about it before or while I'm trying to pack the car up. So
I'll start us off.
Okay, here we go.
School holidays time. This is always a banger. Kids comp.
I reckon that's a great idea.
And that.
Yep.
I know there's probably not too many. I know some kids listen, but there's probably more parents that listen. And hopefully it's more parents that listen. And I don't know, get the kids out there fishing.
Yeah. Well, there you go, parents. So let's just do that instead. Parents, take a photo of the kids with a fish or fishing or some mad thing to do with fishing. Could be rod prepping, tying lures, favourite lure that they might use.
Could be a rainy day
Yeah.
It's a trick shot.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
All right, let's do that.
Post
That's
it-
done.
post it-
Let's
post
just
it
do
up.
that instead.
Yep, sounds good. Post it up on Facebook.
Yep.
On the Two Pelican Podcast Facebook page, and we'll give you the length of the school holidays.
Yes. Yeah.
And for you Queenslanders, look, I'll give you an extra week because you go back early, start early. I don't know. You're fucking weird.
They'd be
And,
back.
yeah.
Are they back now? I don't know.
No, they'll have Easter, and then
Yeah.
they'll have good Easter Monday. I don't know. And then there's probably a public holiday Tuesday and fucking teacher strike Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny you should say that. Yeah, they have a May Day, early May. So where I don't know exactly what they do for that, but they congregate and think about how they can beat New South Welshmen in all aspects of sport and whatever else.
Must be like May the 4th or something like that.
Yeah, it's
Star
like
Wars
May the
Day.
4th. Yeah, geeks,
Are like a pirate day, March 8th or something. I don't know. Old teacher days there.
Yeah. Righto. Well, I think that nearly brings us to the end. Any final thoughts, or Jerry Springer's final thoughts, mate?
One More Throw podcast. You guys better bring it. We've called you out. Hear your answer next podcast. Don't bitch it. And look, you've already got one of the little local legends, Tyson, fishing for you. So I'm happy to break both your hearts. Bring it on.
We might have to swap me out for I don't know, who else could we use? I know Bernie said he got 40 odd on the weekend, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we'll
There
take
you go.
that. Yeah.
So, there we go. Fair swap or not? I don't know.
I don't know. As long as we get him on for a podcast, we can say that he's part of it.
Oh, hang on. Can we do that?
I don't know.
Well, Jamie's been on the podcast.
Well, there we go.
There we go.
I don't know. He wears buck and bass, so we could just dress him up like me.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, right. Yeah, look. I don't know.
Jokes aside, that'll be fun. But more importantly, it'd be great to sort of catch up and do a local bream round. Personally, from my point of view, I haven't really done much local rounds for the last 2 or 3 years, or a couple of years now at least. So it'd be good to sort of catch up. And then, like what we spoke about there before, the 3 clubs coming together on the Clarence. What a great idea. I think that's really great. There's nothing like, getting 30-odd boats down the front there and having a bash for the day. It's in the past, it's been great.
Yep.
And you know what? It's something that the Queenslanders are pretty good at doing. Like, you look at Mick Horn on the second day there, he sort of found them out in a way, and they're always competitive, whether it's bream or bass that they come down and fish for. So that sounds really good. Anyhow, guys, you have been listening to the Two Pelicans podcast. I am Mick.
I'm Bo.
And we are the Two Pelicans. Oh, I went twice.